everyone, it's Klein, and you're watching another Supernatural review, and this is season 3, episode 12, Jules and Bello. If you're new here, I'm doing like a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into this. I love this episode. I love this episode, and it's so crazy that this is like the episode after Mystery Spot, because Mystery Spot, it was so good. And it's like back-to-back episodes, and I actually thought about it. I think after I'm done like doing all 15 seasons, I'm gonna talk about like the best and the worst episodes in every single season. And I've already like starting to think about it like for the seasons I've done, and it's crazy like because I'm like, I actually don't know like which one's better, Mystery Spot or Jules and Bello. I think I need to like think about it more, and obviously I'll have like a couple years at this point, but it's so crazy. Like it is, these two episodes back to back are so good, and obviously they're so different, but we get right into the action, and episodes that get right into the action are amazing. Bella, well, I guess they're looking for the cult, so they're looking for Bella, and Bella set them up by like telling the police where they are, and it's kind of like I didn't even realize this while watching it, and like I don't think you realize it when it happens, but like now thinking about it, like this is what they did to Sterling K. Brown's character. Like they set him up for the police. But what's different about this is that they're wanted by the police. They escaped from prison, so they're immediately arrested, and it's the FBI. I don't know like who came up with this idea. Like I just don't know, because I'm sure like when they initially pitched this idea in the writings room, they were like, this is kind of crazy. But basically, like, that's the thing, is I don't know what part of the idea came first. Was it being arrested, or was it like demons coming to attack you when you're at like one location? Because again, like I feel like they could have had it, okay, demons are attacking them while they're like stuck at one location. Like they could have done like so many different ideas with that. I think the police idea is a really good idea. I'm sure there could have been a better idea. So, but if they were like arrested by the FBI, like how do they get out of it? Like, and this obviously was a way out. And so it's kind of something where it's like, I don't know if you could have like I'm sure you could have come up with another way of how they would get out of it, but it's very, very hard. So part of me thinks that came up with first. I think they obviously liked the episodes that have to deal with the police, and me myself, I like this episode, so they were probably like, I think it's time, like this could be something, like we can make it, because they're after Bella and Bella sets them up. Okay, this is the idea. The FBI gets them, but they get them at this like local police station, and then they have to be taken out, but we have to have something happen so that they obviously don't go to maximum prison. But oh my god, we're doing these like season 3 is heavily demons, so let's have it where demons come after them. Like, and they said that in this episode, like the demons are coming after us, like this doesn't usually happen. Yeah, that's true. Like the demons don't usually go after them. So, and also isn't like really clear why the demons are going after them. I think they just want them dead, because they are getting in the way of their plans. And it's like, how do they not go after them before? Like you see this idea where people are trapped and they have to like fight things off there, and like you're always like, how are they gonna get out of it? So it's not an original idea, but like it feels original, like, or you don't think this is cliche necessarily. You're not like thinking, oh my god, this is so original, but you don't think like, oh, I've seen this necessarily before, because it's just kind of unique in how they did it. I feel like there's so many elements of this that could have gone wrong, but they went right. And so because of that, like that's just what makes this episode so good. And when you're like, I feel like when I'm talking about this episode, like it doesn't sound so great. Like if you're trying to pitch this episode to someone, like they're like, okay, but I don't understand like why when you watch it, it's so amazing. Like I just don't get it. Like it's such a good episode. I mean, there's so many jokes, there's so many great lines. Everyone likes when it's like this one person, like they've been after you, like whatever, and then you kind of change their mind about things, and now they're on your team, I guess. Well, first off, let's talk about Ruby. Ruby came, which was also a little bit weird. Like she was there, and then she had this idea of how they could get out of there, but then it was like killing the virgin. So it was like kind of weird. I think they just like wanted a way to have Ruby be at the episode, like in the episode, because if it's an episode about demons, like having Ruby makes sense. Like basically every single episode we've seen demons and more in the season has to deal with Ruby. So they kind of were like, hey, maybe let's bring in Ruby. And she has this idea about how to say them, but they're not going to do it because of what the ID is. And so then she's like mad and she just like leaves. I guess that was what they wanted to do because they wanted Ruby involved, but they didn't want her to like necessarily like be at the end like helping them or whatever. And so anyway, we're introduced to Lilith kind of, and then she kills everyone at the end except them. And Lilith is a child. She's a little girl. So it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know if it's like that clear, like you're really like confused. I feel like the episode, like the ending's not like necessarily confusing, but I think it's like kind of confusing like exactly what Lilith is, because you're like, okay, maybe this is just like a one-time thing. But no, like that's the thing. It's like Lilith likes possessing like little girls. Like it's kind of weird. And I think at the end, they're like, wow, like they all died and they could have saved them. I don't know. Amy Garcia is in this episode. She's such a little baby, which is kind of crazy because isn't she like Jensen's age or something? I don't even know. But she's so like, Amy Garcia, I love you. And when I watched Lucifer, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so like it's this episode's so good, but it's like hard to like, you know, talking about it, like make it sound good, I guess. But yeah, I do have a tricky one of figuring out which one's the better episode. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye. One thing I forgot to talk about when I was filming this, and I'll put this in the edit, is that we see their tattoos. This is the first time we see their tattoos. And these tattoos are important because demons can never possess them. And it's kind of crazy. Even Sam's in the line, like, we haven't had this long enough. But these tattoos are important, and it's part of who they are. And it just also adds how great this episode is with the tattoos. Anyway, bad angle, just woke up. Bye.